Why your underwear big?
I gotta support that big thing back there.
Let's get into that on this week's episode of the Twisted Dicks. Welcome to episode 25. Welcome. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody had a great week since last week. Hopefully we're sounding a lot better now. He finally got his new mic set up. And we got a new little setup going.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not the setup's not new, but we got the new mics. And he's got an arm.
I got tired of holding it, so I
yeah.
finally got the arm out.
Yeah, he got lazy.
Yeah, I got tired of holding it, but hopefully we're coming in nice and clear.
Hopefully.
The three audio, we only did 3 audio tests, and
it didn't kill us this time.
Sounded pretty good this time, so we're getting there. We'll figure it out. Yeah. What'd you do this weekend?
We can mute our mics. That's crazy.
Yeah, we can just. And now you can't hear me.
Yeah, now you can't even hear him.
So dumb.
So now when I cough, I could just mute my mic.
Yeah.
Glorious. Oh shoot, what did I do? Oh, I went to Nashville to help my mom get brain dead. Not a Peloton.
You said it was a Peloton.
Yeah, I got there and it wasn't a Peloton. It was
a treadmill?
Why? I don't know why.
Just like a regular treadmill?
Yeah, it was just a regular treadmill.
Yeah.
It sucked taking it apart. I was up there sweating.
What time did y'all end up getting home?
Bro.
Because I know you said you had like traffic and shit.
Dude, the traffic was so
Nashville.
bad. We ended up having to get on an exit and go around the traffic. So originally it said we were going to get home at like 7:20 and it was only a 3-hour drive. Well, it ended up being a 4-hour drive because of traffic. So when we went around, it cut it down like 30 minutes. But yeah, my mom left before us, like maybe 30 minutes before us, and we went to eat. Tell me why we got home.
Tell me why
before she did. Because the traffic was that bad.
Damn. Now, did you have to help her set it up?
Yeah, I had to help her set it up.
Oh, so we wouldn't have been able to come over here to watch anyways. Then.
Yeah, the whole timeline, I thought, we were going to be able to watch wrestling at 5, and then,
Yeah, so we wouldn't have been able to come over here anyways.
I would just like to point out, I called that. I was like, watch. They ain't going to make it back. Phone call.
She being sassy.
I know.
She's so sassy.
Man, I don't know what you did to her.
Are you okay? You want to talk about it?
It didn't work out yesterday.
You didn't work out yesterday?
That's what
you got all that built up testosterone?
Apparently.
I love you. But yeah, so SummerSlam was this weekend. We were supposed to come over here and watch it, but that didn't happen. But we watched it at home. And that's what I was planning on getting into today was just, quick little recap and a review. Yes.
I just thought I was going to lose my voice because I kept screaming.
Yeah, dude.
She was screaming at the TV?
Dude, SummerSlam was wild, man. At first, I was like, I wasn't into it. I was kind of like bummed out about a lot of the stuff, but thinking big picture.
What were you bummed out about?
Just a lot of the results. A lot of the match results.
A lot of the title changes? So how are you gonna do this? Are you gonna go match to match?
I've got the card up right here.
Oh, we gonna play some Uno?
Not quite.
I got a lot of draw fours.
Why don't you look at me when you talk?
I don't want to look at you.
Why?
I want to look at
the what? The water bottle, the stuffed animal thing that's up there for your.
I don't even know what I'm looking at, honestly.
What is this? Is this a Squishmallow?
Yeah, it's a Squishmallow. You want to know what kind of Squishmallow it is?
It's be on the table.
All right.
Table this week.
Here you go, Squishmallow.
Yeah, Squishmallow. So anyways, SummerSlam was in Cleveland.
Welcome to the table, Squishmallow.
Welcome to the podcast.
How do you feel?
I feel good. How was your weekend? What did you do this weekend?
Y'all's first official guest.
Official guest? We've had guests before. Right, Squishy?
Yeah, right. Anyways, SummerSlam was in Cleveland this weekend.
Cleveland, Ohio?
Yes, which is which I'm uncultured. Don't come for me in the comments. I didn't realize that that's like the what did they call it? The rock and roll capital of the USA. I was like, Cleveland, Ohio.
Rock and roll.
Yep.
But anyways, so they had Jelly Roll perform. he opened up. He performed the national anthem, and then he also performed his like theme song of SummerSlam, one of his songs.
No, he didn't. He performed "America the Great," or he did. It
Not
wasn't
America
not
the Great.
It wasn't.
It wasn't even the
America
national anthem.
Beautiful.
What
Yeah, that's what it was.
was it? So it was like America, like that.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I know which one you're talking
I
about.
feel bad America the
'cause, like,
Beautiful.
you could tell he was so nervous.
Why was he nervous? He's a singer. He does this for a
about,
Well, the
living.
thing is, and you know, because you went to SummerSlam with us when we went to Nashville
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
yeah. It was like what 2 years ago.
Yeah, was that 2 years ago, or was it longer than that?
Well,
Anyways,
the scab I had on my arm says different.
carpet sharp. Um, but you know, like the crowds are a lot quieter.
Don't pillow fight your friends in a hotel.
No,
Yeah, no, it'll cut your arm.
The crowds were a lot quieter than they are on TV because
Why do you
on
think-
TV they pipe in audience
Are you
numbers.
sure about that?
Yes, they have admitted to doing it, and plus
When?
they even did it during the Thunderdome era
2020.
when there was
when there was no one in
yeah,
there.
during the COVID. Which, by the way, going back and watching replays of COVID era wrestling feels like a.
Wait, you
fucking
actually went back
fever
and
dream.
watched that?
No, we watched a documentary on Damian Priest the other night, and when he got his call up to the main roster, that was during the pandemic era, the Thunderdome era. Remember where they had all the fucking Zoom
yeah.
calls, up on the TVs.
I'm
and,
not even
like,
gonna lie. If I was on one of those, I would have been naked.
going back and watching those. It feels like a fucking fever dream.
Yeah,
I would've-
Like just seeing clips of it, it's like that.
Or I would have just had the middle finger up the entire time. Just
There was people who would like there was one because that was when the whole drama with what was his fucking name that was grooming underage boys?
huh?
Um
What?
I can't think of his fucking name.
Wait, it was a wrestler.
Yes.
He was grooming underage boys.
you
What?
remember who I'm talking about?
yeah.
Um anyways, I will look up his name, but he was that and there was a lot of controversy because it came like the victim.
Wait, is it
came
the
out-
guy that Logan took a picture with and he didn't know that was the guy that was grooming boys? Was it that guy?
I don't remember that.
What's it- what's it
this
look
was
like?
well before Logan started in WWE.
Oh, okay. No, wait, no.
Velveteen Dream. That's what it was. I knew it would come to me. But yeah, he was grooming underage kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And someone had like they made their screen where it just said "Fire Velveteen Dream," and they
got
quickly
Remove that.
removed that.
Oh,
So
wow.
Well, and that's because you and me wanted to be on one of those screens, but I read up on it and like it's free to do. However, you're only on the
You're only
screen
on
for
it.
like 5 minutes.
yeah, you're not even on it for like
So
super long.
it just switches. It just
Yeah,
keeps
it
keeps switching.
switches out.
Did you have to like pay to be on the screen?
No.
No, it was free.
You
Anybody
can
can
sign
do
up
it
into your email, but they said that it's not guaranteed that you will get shown, but it's going to
because there's so many
5
people.
minutes.
I
Right.
mean, anybody with a fucking computer.
Yeah,
or
no,
webcam can
that
do
makes
it,
sense.
So you know, but anyways, back to SummerSlam.
Wait, so did they just have like a bunch of people like watching each screen to make sure no one was doing anything? That's a lot of
imagine,
people
yeah.
if that's the case.
Well, they probably just were watching the ones that were shown live because that one got through, like to where it was shown for only like a few seconds. And then someone probably quickly noticed it and was like, "Oh, get that guy out of here! Get that guy out of here!" So I don't know. But anyways, back to SummerSlam.
Velveteen Hunger Force.
So
Wait, hold on, wait. Maybe I'm oblivious to this, but what is grooming?
funny because that's Liv Morgan's the name of her special move. Anyways, he was
Like when you
he
say
was
someone is
trying to
grooming
get-
someone else.
He was trying to get young underage because he was gay. He was a gay black man.
Oh yeah, no. So
he was
it's definitely
trying to
not the
get-
same person that we're talking about here.
He was trying to get these young up and comers, basically saying like, "Hey, if you send me like a naked picture of you, I can try to see about getting you on the NXT. You know, get you on NXT, get you a tryout or something." Like offering. You know, why did you look at me like that?
I can't look at you. Continue. Go ahead.
The one time he decided to look at me. But that's what grooming is like, you know, trying to offer someone a leg up in favor of doing some
Oh,
not so good
I
things.
thought it was like talking to them until they were like of age, and then they were gonna
That I
get
mean,
with
that's
them.
also that's
Yeah,
also
that
common
that
for me.
can happen, but there's multiple layers to it.
Yeah.
It's like an onion, a
But yeah,
very
fuck that guy.
unwanted
And,
onion.
he got swiftly kicked out of
Where's he
WWE.
at now?
And I don't know. I don't know if he's still wrestling or what. I know not that long ago, he offered he sent out like made some kind of bullshit apology video of like, I'm sorry for my actions. And
Yeah, no, that's
yada,
not
yada,
gonna cut
yada.
it.
And yeah, too little, too late, dog.
Yeah,
So anyways, back to SummerSlam.
I guess we kind of drove off subject, huh? Huh? You know what? I don't need your approval. Thank you, thank you.
I'm deleting that button. So Jelly Roll performed, and like you could tell he's nervous. Because like even though he is a performer, it is a different audience. Like it's different because people are not like when you're going to a concert or when you're performing at a concert, people are there to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
Not everybody there is there to see him. So there may be some people in the audience who are just like, I could give a shit less how he sounds. So they're not really giving him the kind of feedback that he's probably used to in a stadium that's packed because they're there solely to see him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I'm picking up with your
Like
putting down.
he's just kind of a side act there at that point, not really like the main attraction. So he's probably not getting the feedback from the crowd as
Well,
he's used to.
not only
Right,
that,
okay,
but
that
when
makes sense.
it's one thing to perform your own music, it's another to perform somebody else.
Yeah.
So like America the Great, obviously that's a lot more pressure because you're like, oh, I can't fuck this up. Like,
And my thing with it is, don't get me wrong, I love that they're bringing back live music. I want to see more live music at WWE shows because, like, back in the early 2000s, late 90s, like when Limp Bizkit, fucking Static X, Drowning Pool, like all these badass like new metal bands were performing back then, that shit elevated the show so
Well, I mean,
much.
didn't they have live music at WrestleMania
Did they?
when
don't
Rhea
remember.
came out? Didn't she?
Yeah,
that's
man, she
only
listened
for,
white.
like, the
Yeah.
opening. Though.
Yeah,
Not
like they had people
they
perform
perform.
entrances, but back in the
Okay, yeah,
day,
okay. I see what you mean now.
they would have like little mini concerts at pay-per-views. Like they would play like a full song or two. One of
Well, why did they stop that then?
Times
Vince.
changed, and also Vince. I mean,
I wonder what he's doing
yeah,
now.
because I mean, this didn't start happening
Trying to
until
find
Triple H
AEW.
started.
Is he really?
No, that's Shane, not Vince.
No, I've been hearing a lot about Vince trying to wiggle his way into that one.
It wouldn't surprise me. He's a snake. So anyway, so Jelly Roll, but my thing, the performance was good. I think he did really good. You could tell he was a little nervous singing America the Beautiful, but when he was singing his own song, it sounded good. My thing with it is the song he was performing is not a bad song by any means, right? It didn't really fit the tone of wrestling. It was more because like you want a song that like hypes the crowd up, gets them ready for, when someone comes out like an entrance song, it's like a hype, like maybe some kind of like metal or something, some kind of hype music to get the crowd hype for whoever's coming out. And the song he played is called Liar.
It's more of a just vibe.
It's a very vibey song. It's like that because like it had a bunch of acoustic guitars. It was very much like a vibe. Not really slow, but not what I would expect to get a crowd hype for a wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I mean it was a little awkward in that sense, but otherwise like the performance was good. Like it sounded good. He was into it. He was having fun. You could tell he was in. They had the ring. He was in the ring performing. They had all the whole band was in there. The drummer had a mullet that was to die for. I'm talking like
What was it, like a long mullet or something?
American made NASCAR loving mullet. It was fucking glorious.
And they were playing inside the ring?
Yeah. Yeah, they had the drums.
okay.
They had like a little choir, probably some local choir or whatever, like outside the ring.
The locals?
Doing some backup vocals, but it was good. So, and the whole reason for this song, Liar, is because this whole thing that's going on, because the first match was Rhea versus Liv. for the women's world title, right?
Right. Yeah.
And there's been this whole like love triangle thing going on between Dominic and Liv for months since Rhea's been out, where Liv has been putting Dom in these like weird situations, basically trying to steal him from Rhea. And the whole time he's been, no, 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 I'm mommy, I belong to mommy, this, that, and the other, like stopping at every turn. Well, what was it? It was a couple weeks ago, like right like before SummerSlam, where it was Dom and Liv in a mixed tag match with Ray and Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
And of course, Dom and Liv helped Dom beat Ray because they've been milking that for the longest fucking time for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We get it. He hates his fucking dad. Move on. Like, well, there was like this moment where Dom like fell on top of Liv or some shit like that, and they looked like they were about to just go at it in the middle of the ring. Like he was looking like he was in it.
They were excited that they won, and she jumped on him, and then they
Yeah, and like he like stumbled and fell on top of her, and they looked like they was about to just start fucking right then and there.
Oh, so it was like an episode of Hallmark.
Essentially, yeah. And then all of a sudden, Rhea's music hits, and she comes down in the ring, and Dom's like, "Yo, it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like." So they've been for the longest time since then. Her and Liv have been going back and forth. The Dom's mine, whatever. Throughout the match, of course, Liv was out with a shoulder injury. That's the whole reason she's been gone.
And she has to live with that.
No, Rhea. Did I say Liv?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, Rhea. Sorry, my bad. I misspoke. Rhea has been out.
Let's just reevaluate what you just said.
Caused by Liv. So Liv has been living with that. So that was a big story point throughout the whole match. Was her, kind of milking the shoulder. There was one point where she didn't really dislocate her shoulder, but she kind of like sold it like she did. And then she goes out to the outside of the ring and like walks up to the announce table and just like charges into the fucking announce table and like pops her shoulder back into place. It was kind of a cool little thing. That, yeah, everybody kind of lost their shit, but it was a cool. Overall, it was a good match. Yeah,
for a good bit.
For the most part, Rhea had the upper hand, and then did she go out and get the chair first? I think that's what happened. Or did Liv introduce it and then dropped it or something? I can't remember exactly.
Chair, but she was going to use it.
Rhea got a chair in the ring and she was fixing to use it. Now, of course, in a championship match, because this was for the title, in a championship match, disqualification, even if Rhea wins, title doesn't change hands. So, which in that case, even if she hit her with the chair, she'd have lost anyways. Well, Dom jumped up and grabs the chair from her. And of course, she's losing her shit, thinking, he's trying to protect Liv. And he's like, whoa, calm down. You can't win that way. You won't win. You'll lose, and then you lose the title, and, you got to beat her fair and square. So she kind of was like, you're right, whatever. And then, of course, Liv hits her from behind, and she knocks Dominic over with the chair, and yada, yada, yada. The match goes on. Dom still got the chair, right? He goes back around to the entrance, like where they come down the ramp, and he slides the chair in. And at first you're thinking, okay, he's trying to slide it to Rhea and distract the ref so then Rhea can do it and then she can win the championship while the ref's distracted. You know what I'm saying? Well, the way it was placed, Liv sees it, jumps up, does her fucking special, nails Rhea with the chair, on the chair, slides it out. Ref and Dom hurries up and tells the ref that she's getting pinned. Rhea is getting pinned by Liv. The ref turns around, counts the 1, 2, 3, and Rhea loses. Liv wins, she retains.
Man, I yelled.
The commentator, like it was a weird situation because the commentators were playing it like they were confused. But me being me, I was like, no, he just turned on Rhea. And of course, the commentators are like, oh, this is another situation, because that's how Liv won the championship to begin with, was he slid it in because Becky was the champion at first.
Yeah.
He slid the chair in the middle for Becky to use, And instead, Liv got it and used it, and then Liv won the championship. So they were like, "Oh, it's another one of those cases." And then, Liv kind of slides out, rolls out of the ring, and she's like holding the title, whatever. And Rhea's like confused as shit. And then Dom picks Liv up, looks Rhea dead in the fucking face, and just excuse me, plants one right on Liv, like starts making out. Crowd loses their fucking mind,
Me.
goes absolutely apeshit. Because, they've been, no, I'm with Rhea.
Wait, so was this at SummerSlam? This
Yes.
the SummerSlam?
Yeah, this happened at SummerSlam.
Oh,
Yeah.
First match.
wow.
First fucking match. So, like, they already set the fucking tone for the rest of the show, how this is going to go, right? Because they've been kind of hinting for a while that Judgment Day is going to
Break up.
either break up or change.
Yeah.
And that's what it did. So that's one. Rhea's already changed. Rhea's out, which at the moment, I'm sure she didn't think. She was probably thinking that Dom was going to be out and he was going to go fuck off with Liv, right?
Oh, and mommy was pissed.
So that was match one. So then we go into Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, which I already knew how this was going to go because they already had a match at Money in the Bank for the Intercontinental title.
Right.
Good match. They kind of played on the whole Braun because Braun Breaker is a freak of fucking nature. That dude is like crazy good and strong, athletic. He is a freak, a genetic freak. They did like a fucking speed test of how fast he hits the ropes. 27 miles an hour is how fast he runs the fucking ropes.
Like legit?
Legit, dude. Like when he hits the ropes and just runs back and forth, yeah, he can get up to like 27 miles an hour. It's crazy. Freak of nature.
Imagine that hitting you.
Yeah. Yeah. And when he hits, he fucking hits. So, but they kind of played into the whole storyline of Sammy being the underdog. He's America's underdog. He's always the underdog in every fight he's ever been in. Because that's his role as a character. That's what he does. At least for winning his face. But so he beat Braun at Money in the Bank. Good match.
He's never been heel, has he?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's been heel?
Yeah, a couple times. The most recent time he had this whole like crazy paranoid conspiracy theory like heel where he was thinking that like management was out to get him and that's why they kept pairing him against like people that everybody was just out to get him. Yeah, it was for me. A lot of people loved it. For me, it wasn't it. I didn't really care for it, but a lot of people did. But I digress. So Money in the Bank, Sammy won, but they really leaned into the storyline of the only reason Sammy won was because Braun underestimated him. Thought he was just going to be an easy win. Sammy, so he kind of toyed with his food a little bit, and it ended up costing him the match. So this time they were building to where he's all fucking game or all serious and no games, gonna get shit done. So I knew, I saw it coming as soon as they announced the match that they were doing a rematch. Braun was not losing this fucking match. It just wasn't happening because they've been building him to be this like vicious dog. He even barks when he comes out.
He barks.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Not like a Chihuahua, no.
You have one of those.
I do have one of those, and yeah, he doesn't sound like Braun Breaker.
I wonder what old 11's doing at the house right now.
And probably sleeping more than likely. So Braun, Sammy, no question. It was a really quick match. Like I was kind of disappointed with like it was almost kind of a squash match. Yeah, like Braun pretty much had the upper hand like the whole time.
I do enjoy squash.
And yeah, it was well, you probably would have liked that match because it had squash written all over it. So, nothing really surprising there. Braun wins. He's the new Intercontinental champion. Then we get into LA Knight and Logan Paul.
I'm surprised a lot of titles changed hands this go around.
4 out of 6.
Yeah,
there were 6 matches.
That's a lot of titles.
Matches, 4 of them changed hands. Yeah.
That's surprising.
So LA Knight and Logan Paul, I, as many of you know, cannot fucking stand Logan Paul. He's from Cleveland, and they booed his ass there.
Wait, I didn't see Prime on the mat. Was Prime on the mat?
Yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh.
You'll enjoy this the night before on SmackDown, LA Knight, because he's got that stupid like Hummer truck or whatever that's got Prime posted all over it and like shoots Prime out, whatever.
Yeah.
LA Knight, because the night before, because of course they're in Cleveland, Logan was supposed to have this like welcome home ceremony that like these people from the city of Cleveland were supposed to like welcome him, and it was supposed to be this whole bullshit. It was people that they were fake. They were not people from the city of Cleveland. They were fake dignitaries, as they called them. And they like dropped a banner that was supposed to be of Logan Paul, and that spray painted "yeah" on it that LA Knight had done, and then they cut to him like back in the back, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry your banner got messed up. Here, I'll go get you another one." And he stole the Prime truck and drove off. Like right as Logan got back to the back to catch him, he drove off in him. So for their entrances, of course Logan comes out, and he came out with MGK because of course MGK is from either Cleveland or Cincinnati, one of the two. I don't know. But he's not in the rap game anymore, and that's what matters. So he came out with MGK and his little broccoli head crew that he has.
Not the broccoli head crew.
LA Knight pulls up in the Prime truck. And of course, he's cutting a promo as soon as he gets out of the door. And he's like, "Man, just so you know, I couldn't see crap out of these piece of crap windows because they're all like tinted like blue to match the rest of the truck."
Yeah.
So he was like, "But don't worry, I'm gonna fix that for you." And he takes it and he busts out the front windshield. And then he's like, "Much better." And he starts walking to the front. Of course, he comes down. Phenomenal match. The match was really good.
Yeah.
There was some fucky shit where MGK
Logan almost actually died.
when
That flip he did, how he landed.
which flip?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
It was off the top.
This was Saturday. Today's Wednesday, so I'm a little foggy on the
I just know
details.
Man can't remember nothing.
Shut up. You didn't even watch it.
Go over all the way.
You're right.
He fell.
I'd have to go back and watch it.
On his neck, kind of.
I'd have to go back and watch it. I don't remember. But
you would know what I'm talking about.
So, of course, Logan Paul being Logan Paul, he tried to get his little broccoli head crew and
not the broccoli head.
LA Knight went to whooping the shit out of all of them, whooped every single one of them. Well, then MGK hops the barrier, and he was apparently wearing some chain that had like some brass knuckles attached to him. So he gives him to Logan, and Logan's trying to get back in the ring. Well, LA Knight's trying to get him over the ropes and like backdrop him into the ring. Well, the ref, of course, you can't see, his vision's obscured, whatever. So Logan hits him with the knucks.
They must not have good vision insurance with the.
It's funny
for
that
the
you
ref.
mentioned that, because put a pin in this. At the beginning of the night, apparently they had this fucking ref cam it was like this little camera, like an earpiece that like you can see the ref's like point of view.
No way.
Yeah, they had that for like a couple of the matches. They never really, they showed it to like show it off, and that was it. Like they never really did anything else with it. But anyways, so Logan hits him to get him off of him, and then he goes to do his what I call from AEW Hangman Adam Page's finisher move, the buckshot lariat, where he like flips over the rope and then hits him with a clothesline. He went to go do that. Well, LA Knight, because he didn't really hit him that hard with the knuckles, just enough to stun him a little bit. LA Knight ducked the clothesline, hit him with a BFT, pinned him 1, 2, 3, and we have a new United States champion. I popped because it's been a long time coming that LA Knight holds a single title, and the fact that he beat Logan Paul for it is just the cherry on top.
Yeah, somebody had to beat him. He had that title for too long.
My mom texted me because she was watching it too at home. She was like, "I'm so glad he lost that daggone title."
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, you and me both.
The day after he loses it, he goes on social media and cry. You're like, I can't believe all.
Yeah.
LA Night, everyone.
Yeah. Cheer for LA Knight. Push that man to the moon.
I mean, they've been doing that.
So coming off of that high,
Wait,
unfortunately,
you're high?
I was high for that one because that was a big shot of dopamine for me. Coming off of that, we go into the very low of the Nia Jax versus Bailey WWE Women's Championship.
What? That wasn't that good?
No, I cannot stand Nia Jax. I do not like. She is not good in the ring.
Yeah, you said that
the
before.
only reason she still has it. She's just not entertaining to watch. And this is nothing like not any kind of dig at her weight because she is a bigger girl. But she's just slow and she's sluggish and like I understand they're trying to make her and they have changed her moveset to fit more of that like, big powerhouse type wrestler.
I thought she had lost some weight.
She has. She's lost some weight. But she's still bigger than most of the girls. And again, I don't give a shit that she's big. I give a shit because in this company, like in this type of like sport, and yes, I'm going to call it a sport because it requires athleticism. You have to have that athleticism, like to make yourself stand out. Because I'm sorry, but if you're just big for the sake of being big as a powerhouse, that's boring to watch. That was cool back in the 80s with like Andre the Giant and other big men like that. We've come a long fucking way from that.
The Big Show.
Because you've got guys like Keith Lee, which he hasn't wrestled in I don't know how long, but that man is fast as fuck.
Related to Bruce Lee.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little
bit of a hitter here, but the guy who came out with New Day?
Yes, Odyssey Jones. Huge motherfucker. Huge, big black man.
But he put in work.
But holy shit, he can move.
Chris could be a teacher. He would know all his students' names.
If they were wrestlers, sure. But Nia she just doesn't do it for me. She's slow. She's sluggish. Nothing she does looks clean.
There.
Like, yeah,
Wait, this is the same wrestler that like hurts people, right?
Yes. Thankfully, she hasn't hurt anybody in a while.
I guess they told her, hey, you hurt anybody else, so we're gonna have to let you go.
I will give her that gets a check in the plus column for me. I'll give her that.
Workman's comp is a thing.
But she act like it just seems so phoned in. Like it's just not interesting.
Like a phony.
So she pinned
Bailey. The whole thing.
Finisher?
The Annihilator, yes.
She literally just kind of hops off the second rope and just sits on her. That is not a move.
Well, I mean, when you're as big as she is, yeah, it kind of is.
I mean, if I move my arm, that's a move.
Shut up.
Checkmate.
So, like, I'm sorry. And you could tell Bailey was the workhorse in that fucking match. She was doing everything she could to keep me interested in that match. And I love Bailey. Bailey's one of my favorites.
So it was one of those intermission matches.
This would have been one of those matches I would have got up to go pee and went and got something to eat.
Is it over yet?
Yeah. Like in the whole story here, the storyline they're working with this is Nia, of course, won Queen of the Ring way back a couple months ago. That's why she got a shot this, at SummerSlam. Well, Tiffany Stratton, Tippy time, she won the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Timmy time.
And the whole storyline here is Nia Jax is the Queen of the Ring, and Tiffany Stratton has like kind of partnered with her as the princess for the time being. So they've kind of had like this very loose alliance going on of where like Nia has almost kind of bullied Tiffany Stratton into not cashing in because she didn't.
Wow.
Because she had a title shot coming up. And there was one point, honestly, really the only interesting point in the match, the whole fucking match.
She came running
Tiffany came running down and everybody was like, oh shit, she's going to cash in, and like whatever.
But she's sitting there telling us like,
Um,
no, 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 no.
Yeah, she was really just a distraction for the ref for Nia to do something about. I don't even remember what happened to Bailey, but
Nothing interesting.
yeah, and so Nia ends up winning, unfortunately.
With that one, I hate Tiffany Stratton. I do not like her. However, I was like, please just cash in.
She was rooting for Tiffany
Please.
Stratton to cash in on Nia Jax just because we can't say Nia Jax. Anyways. So that was definitely the dud of the night in my eyes. That one was just like it wasn't even good. So next, of course, so Nia Jax wins, no cash in from Tiffy. We're gonna see how long this alliance lasts.
It won't last long. She's gonna cash in on.
I honestly, I hope she does, and I hope she rips it off of Nia. It's a new champion there with Nia on SmackDown. Next, we have probably one of my favorite matches of the night that I was actually really excited for. Drew McIntyre against CM Punk. Just a grudge match, essentially, with Seth Rollins as a special guest referee.
Oh.
So I think with the camera, I think that was supposed to be for their match specifically.
Because Seth had the camera on.
Oh, really?
At one point, he threw it off. He's like, I'm not.
I think it was too like in the way because he's got long fucking hair.
Yeah.
And like about halfway through the match, he just finally said "fuck it" and just like ripped it off and threw it to the side, essentially. So I don't know if that was supposed to be some kind of angle they were going to try to work or what. Because you don't know anything about this story. You don't know why Seth's there at all, do you?
No.
So
I know about Drew and
Punk. Yeah, that rivalry's been building.
Yeah,
right?
it's been a thing.
So at Money in the Bank, you didn't watch Money in the Bank, did you?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, because I think that was another night we were going to come over here and watch, but something else happened. And
no, that wasn't at your house. I thought that was at your house.
I don't remember. Anyways, not important. So at Money in the Bank, Drew won the men's Money in the Bank match. And he promised Damian and Seth, because they were fighting for the world title that night. Damian made a promise the night before on SmackDown or at the press conference that if he won, he was cashing in that night. And true to his word, Seth went to pin Damian or something and Drew's music hit and he comes down and tries to cash in. Well, CM Punk has made a little promise to Drew himself that so long as CM Punk has air in his lungs, Drew McIntyre will not hold a fucking title. So CM Punk swiftly came running down there, whooped the shit out of Drew McIntyre.
I think I remember that actually.
Something was up with Seth. Seth was like outside of the ring or something, and Damian ended up pinning Drew and winning the match and retaining his title.
Yeah, I remember that.
So now Seth is pissed at Punk because Punk kind of interjected himself in this match. And even though he wasn't directly trying to screw over Seth was kind of collateral in this sense.
Yeah.
Him trying to fuck over Drew. So that's how this whole thing started about, because now Seth has a problem with Punk. Seth's always hated Drew, never really cared for Drew. So we kind of got this twisted little love triangle that we got going on here, and it's story. What the fuck was that? Did that just turn off?
No.
Oh, anyways, we got this twisted little love triangle we got going on here, and I'm fucking here for it. It's so good. So Drew, do you know about the bracelet?
No.
I've got to start keeping you up to date on this stuff too.
I got to get back into it. I've been separate from
I know
wrestling.
So CM Punk always has this bracelet. It's got his wife and his dog's name on it, right?
His dog's name?
Yes.
He doesn't have kids?
No, they don't. They don't have kids.
His dog's name is Larry?
Yeah.
Larry Hoover?
I don't know. Just Larry, as far as I know.
Larry?
Those are the two most important things to him. And he's got him on this just little cheap Dollar General looking bracelet, right? But
ain't that
of course,
cute?
it's got sentimental value. Well, Drew ended up stealing the bracelet from him in his hometown of Chicago because Punk had screwed him out of the title in Drew's hometown of Scotland.
Oof. Yeah, that's right.
So it's just been an ongoing thing, snowballing, whatever. So the whole match was just, as far as a wrestling match goes, there was not a lot of wrestling. There was a lot of fighting and a lot of storytelling going on. which I'm for. I love it. I love that shit. I'm with a good wrestling match too, but if it's got me invested, I'm, whatever. So they start out, and Seth has said he hates both men equally. So he's going to call it down the middle. He's not out to screw one person or the other. He said he fucking hates them both. So he's going to call it
That's
down the
how it
middle.
should be.
But he also said,
He's making the rules, so he gets to choose anything he wants.
yes, he is the referee, and everything is at his discretion. If he wants to count him out, he can. If he doesn't want to count him out, he doesn't have to count.
He's like,
If he wants to allow chair shots, if he wants to make this a no disqualification match, he can fucking do that because he is the ref. He is essentially God in that ring, right? And he let them know, like the Monday before, he brought them both out and he said, look,
that was a good promo.
you both will listen to everything that I say because I've got no problems putting your head through the fucking mat. And like he laid down the law for him well in advance. So it started out, there was a couple of early quick pins. Most of it was Drew. Drew had Punk's number for a while. And so a couple of quick pins, and Seth was kind of like a little slow to get down and start counting. So Drew was kind of looking at him like, hey, bro, what's going on? What are you doing?
Hey, yo, get down there.
Kind of building that tension a little bit.
At one point, he was just letting him do whatever, and Seth was just hanging out on top rope, just sitting there.
Yeah, they were outside beating, like, one of them was bouncing the other's head off the fucking announce table, and a normal ref in a normal match would counting.
Count, yeah.
And Seth is just propped up on the fucking top rope, just letting them go, just letting them do it. And then, what was it? Drew got a chair. He got a chair out from under the ring, and he was waiting for Punk to get up to crack his ass with it. And Seth was kind of watching. He was like, do I want to call him for it? Do I want to do I want to let him do it? And then, like, finally Drew goes to rear back and Seth yanks it from him. And of course they have like a little screaming match at each other.
I said no.
Yeah. And then I think that was when Punk started getting the upper hand because he was distracted. And then kind of the same thing with Punk, where the first couple of pins, he'd have to like hike his pants up to get down, acting like he was slow counting. And for the most part, he called it down the fucking middle.
There was one part
he was pretty fair.
He was being pretty petty to both of them. So,
Well, that one part that CM Punk looked at him, he's like, it's 1, 2, 3. How can you not?
Yeah, he was like, it's real fucking easy to count. It's 1, 2, 3. So the match goes on. Well, Drew, of course, he still has the bracelet. Drew at one point gets the bracelet out, and something happens and it gets knocked off of his arm or something. I don't remember the complete details of it. Again, it's Wednesday now. I'm not
down
details. The bracelet falls to the ground.
Man, it's crazy that she can remember this and you can't.
Shut the fuck up. Seth notices the bracelet, picks it up, puts it on his wrist. Okay. And as soon as I saw that, I knew what was coming. I knew exactly what was going to happen because that bracelet has been way too much of a story point in this whole plot. Right.
CM Punk just looks up.
So CM Punk, he calls for the go to sleep, gets Drew up on his shoulders, turns, looks at Seth, sees the bracelet, and he drops Drew. And he just kind of slow walks up to Seth, and he immediately is like, are you fucking with me right now? And Seth is like, whoa, what are you talking about? And he points to the bracelet, and Seth is like, dude, it was on the ground. I just picked it up, and they're going back and forth, and Punk shoves Seth. Well, Seth kind of bounces off the ropes, and he gets back in Punk's face, shoves him back, and like you can hear it clearly. He says, "You may think everything is about you, but this is not all about you.
Nobody wants
you here," and just starts going in. And so Punk is like, "Fuck it." So he gets Seth up, lays him out with a go to sleep. So now we've got a referee knocked out. So Drew gets up, and I don't remember what all happens. But Drew hits ends up hitting Punk with a Claymore. Right as Seth is coming to or whatever, and
He was
of
like,
course,
Seth, count it.
yeah, he's getting Seth up, and he's like, Seth, count it, and you can kind of see it, like he doesn't want to count it because he's mad about how that whole interaction happened, whatever. But he counts at 1, 2, 3, takes his ref shirt off, and starts walking to the back. And so Drew, he dropped the bracelet too. He dropped the bracelet before he like walked off. Because Seth's pissed off because of what happened. Didn't want it to happen that way, but it happened. Well, Drew takes the bracelet back. So I'm thinking, personally, I thought this was going to be the end of the Drew CM Punk squabble. But the fact that he took the bracelet means they're going to do this.
Yeah,
again.
this is
Like,
gonna
this
continue.
isn't over. This isn't
No,
over.
it's still gonna keep going.
So, which Bad Blood, which is a pay-per-view that's coming up in a couple months.
I will be there for that.
I'm sure something's going to happen there. I'm assuming that is probably going to involve all three of them again because they're going to Seth's not out of this shit yet either. So Drew wins. Still more to come from that with the bracelet.
A little behind the scenes about the bracelet. So that is actually from a fan, is how he got it.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
the fan is asking for compensation with how much they are giving that bracelet screen time.
I mean, shit.
What?
You know?
Compensation for a bracelet?
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
Well,
interject this here.
I guess you won't see anything from a fan on there ever again.
Right. She keeps giving me shit about this, but with everything that he's doing in WWE,
No. Bandwagoner.
she keeps calling
Are
me
we
bandwagon.
are we talking about CM Punk?
Yes.
I'm
because you
kinda
were
becoming a fan.
you were like really against him, and you were like,
But okay,
he's not gonna join the WWE. They're not gonna take him back, and
But
then they
here's
take
the
him back, and now you're just like, he's doing good.
Here's the thing. I was a fan of CM Punk when he first joined AEW because he was in a good space. And when he's in a good space, he is on top. I'm sorry, he just is, right? But then all the bullshit that happened in AEW, which is partially himself to blame. I will admit that. I've said it on here before. He caused a lot of that on himself, but I've watched documentaries on it, not like official documentaries, but things that people have kind of pieced together from his time in AEW. I think a lot of that stemmed from him, when he got hurt in AEW, it fucked with him mentally. Like, you could kind of tell, you could see a drastic change in his just demeanor and his attitude just over his period in AEW. So I feel like with him in WWE now, he's in a good space, and that's good for him, which makes good wrestling. So that's why, I'm not gonna lie, good CM Punk. He's kind of fucking dope. He fucking kills it. So, as long as nothing fucks him over and, he doesn't get in his head again, maybe who knows, here in a couple weeks, he may do some shit and make me look like a complete fucking asshole on here. I'll eat those.
I mean, you already look like that.
I'll eat that crow if I have to.
A crow?
You've never heard that expression?
You're gonna eat a crow?
Yeah, eat the crow. No, that's
I'll eat your words.
owning up to where I fucked up.
Nah, you should eat a
where I
bat.
said something wrong. Anyways,
Eat a bat.
but yeah, so
And can we talk about Seth's outfit though?
yeah,
I was gonna ask
Seth's
about that.
referee outfit was wild.
I gotta go watch that
He
match.
had a referee. It was like a tank top, but it looked like a referee shirt, but it was just bedazzled.
Yeah,
as fuck.
he has to
And
have
his
something.
pants. Yeah, his pants were all sparkly and shit. She loved it because she loves shiny things. So
She's like one of those birds that will take shiny things.
okay, so Drew wins. Personally, that was my match of the night.
He drew up a win.
I thought that match was phenomenal. Just storytelling overall, it was fucking great. And this Dave Meltzer, which I don't really agree with.
Who's Dave Meltzer?
He's he's a journalist, a wrestling.
Oh,
journalist,
okay.
He kind of put it. I don't like the way he put it, but he kind of made a good point. because the way he put it kind of made it sound like a negative thing, but this was very much what they call an angle pay-per-view, where most of the matches were either extending a storyline or creating a new storyline. Like, it was very much a storyline heavy pay-per-view. It was
From the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like anything started a new storyline.
well, this whole yeah, there's his outfit, and I'll put a picture of it up here somewhere of his referee outfit. Um, well, like we'll get into it with the next two matches. We got two more matches to get through. I'm just gonna kind of run through them really quick because we got some other stuff to talk about. We're almost at an hour. So Gunther and Damien, phenomenal fucking match, fantastic match. The match was so fucking good. Which with those two names, it's hard to imagine a bad match because Damien's been killing it with everything he's done, and Gunther is fucking Gunther. I'm sorry.
Nah,
Gunther is top of the mountain wrestler.
nah.
You don't agree with it, but with that European
Top
strong
of the
style,
mountain.
yes, Gunther is fucking phenomenal. You don't like him because he doesn't do any flips, like any high flying spots.
and-
You are a high fly.
Yeah.
I'm talking like smash mouth European strong style wrestling. Nobody except maybe Ilya Dragunov can do it as good as Gunther. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
I mean, if you want me to take my shirt off and smack you in the chest, I can do that for
Let him smack you in the chest.
you. I don't want blood. You know.
Damien busted Gunther open, which it was a wound that he had already gotten from fighting Finn on Monday, Finn Balor. That was already tender, and like you could see, like he had fucking whelps still from Monday on his
Bro.
chest.
They're gonna stop someone's
And-
heart doing that.
Damien hit him a couple good times, and he started bleeding from his fucking chest. Beautiful match. Everything. Damien fucking killed it. Honestly,
Damien is slowly becoming one of like my really good.
Damien has been phenomenal.
And now he's on his own.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do on his own because I think that's where he's really going to shine.
They're two twins.
So, like, I think this is one of his best matches he's ever had.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Unfortunately,
Well, Finn comes down later on into the match, and he told Damien, he was like, "Look, if you don't want me down there, I won't be down there. Just say the word, yada yada yada, whatever." And Damien never really told him yay or nay to not come down there, right? Because that's been the whole controversy around Damien's championship is he hasn't had like a clean defense, right? Something fucky has always happened in his defenses.
not
or,
on his accord though.
Yeah. Drew cashing in. He had the
What a
botch where he
waste of a
almost snapped his
cash in, by
knee.
the way. What a waste
Yeah.
of a cash in.
A lot of people are upset about that. They
Yeah.
were like, "Yo, why just waste it like that?"
Exactly.
But anyways,
He could have just waited.
yeah, a lot of people were upset because they were like, "You could have given one of the up and comers a boost with that briefcase or something. Give it to Jay and have him have a run as Money in the Bank or something." But anyways, but yeah, so Finn comes down and he's like cheering Priest on, whatever, yada yada yada. Priest hits the South of Heaven choke slam, which is a phenomenal looking choke slam, by the way.
Yeah, it
He
looked really
does that
good.
shit
That was a
so
nice-
fucking good.
Nice choke
Well-
slam.
Gunther kind of rolls close to the ropes and Damien pins him. Finn grabs Gunther's leg and puts it up on the rope for the ref to see. And so the ref calls it. And I think this was a really cool little touch that I've never seen them do, or if they have done, it's been a while and I've forgotten about it. Excuse me, sorry about that. They actually made the replay a thing. Like, because the way Damien was laying on Gunther, he didn't see Finn do that. So when the ref says that, hey, his leg's on the rope, most people, if they don't see it, they're just going to assume he did it himself, right? Until they showed the replay. They showed Finn putting Gunther's leg up there. And then when they come back to the replay, Damian was watching the replay on the Tron.
And you could just see him slowly.
And he's got his hands on his hips, kind of like that disappointed dad look.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
And then he turns to Finn, and Finn, of course, he had his back to Damian, and he kind of does like a little evil slow turn to Damian, and Damian immediately goes after him, right, and trying to fuck him up. But I like just the touch of, because most of the the dumb baby face logic, it's most of the time with baby faces. Just look at the replay. Like they show it on the Tron for everybody in the stadium to see. It's right there on a big fucking screen. There's no way you don't see it. And a lot of them just act like, oh, I don't know what happened. Yeah. So the fact that they used that, I thought that was a very nice little touch that we're getting from Papa H, and I'm here for it. So Damian immediately tries to fuck up Finn. Finn's not having it. Gunther is, he gets Damian in a chokehold. Damian rolls back, and he rolls up to where he's got Gunther's shoulders on the mat. Gunther kicks out, and Damian immediately goes back to trying to get Finn. And then Gunther gets him in another chokehold.
He actually grabs him, but
he got a hand on him. But Gunther, of course, gets him and chokes him out. And of course, we have the new title in Gunther.
He's got a title again.
There's no way Gunther is not gonna hold
again.
There's just not. He's such a masterpiece of a wrestler. He's gonna break records. I'm hoping. I think what would be cool, and this is just me, fantasy booking here. I think it'd be cool fantasy booking. Me being a fan and what I think would be cool to see.
Like fantasy football?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind seeing Gunther hold it till Mania.
And then lose it at Mania?
Because next year is the John Cena farewell tour.
A whole year? He's going to have it a whole year.
Not Gunther.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Were you saying that you think Gunther's going to have it a whole year?
6 months tops. Mania is in February or March.
Man, he just dropped the title not that long ago.
Anyways, so I think it'd be cool to see Gunther just go on the fucking tear of his life. Reign of terror with his title until Mania.
Wait, is he still part of Imperium?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which Imperium is only him and Ludwig Kaiser. It's only the two guys.
I thought it was
Giovanni Vinci. They kicked his ass out, and he hasn't fucking been back since.
Oh, really?
They haven't even mentioned his name on WWE.
Oh, wow. What happened?
What if I know?
Did he get fired?
Maybe.
Oof.
But I would love to see Gunther take it to Mania and on the John Cena farewell tour. Because I genuinely think John Cena is going to win a world title next year to break Ric Flair's record. Because right now, him and Ric Flair are tied at 16 world titles. I'm 90% sure Cena's going to win a 17th, and he's going to be the new most world titles.
See, that kind of confuses me because they know who's going to win. So
yeah, I mean, they make their own records, but
right.
I mean,
that's weird to me.
It's a sport without being a sport.
That's weird to me.
Don't think about it too hard.
I'm not going to.
I think that would be cool. I don't think that's going to happen. So anyways, the big story there, Finn, Dom, and Liv have effectively kicked Damian and Rhea out of the Judgment.
Wait, I didn't know Liv was in the Judgment Day.
She is now. Oh. She wasn't before, but she is now.
Oh my.
And we'll get into that here shortly. So that was the end of that match. Cody and Solo in a Bloodline Rules match for the Undisputed WWE.
Still doing that, huh?
Yeah.
I thought we would have been done with that after he actually won the title.
The only reason they made it a Bloodline Rules is because of who showed up. That's the only reason.
Oh, yeah, so showed up.
The match goes on. For the most part, it was just him and Solo fighting each other. He didn't come out with any of the goons.
That's surprising.
Tama and Tonga, they were both backstage.
Timeline Tonga.
Fatu was he was backstage too. He
5'2". How tall is he actually?
Shut the fuck. Shut the fuck up.
I know, but I know he has 7 kids.
He does have 7 kids. Jacob Fatu had 7 fucking kids. Yes. So the match goes on. For the most part, it's a 1-on-1. Then eventually, Tama and Tonga both come out. KO comes out, which they took KO out of action a couple weeks ago, or so they thought. KO comes out, backs him off a little bit, but then the numbers game gets back up to him. Randy Orton comes out.
Hey,
Randy Orton, who also got taken out before KO did a couple weeks ago, comes out, evens up the numbers. Then Fatu comes out.
Give that man a title.
Fatu is just wrecking everybody.
Fatu just laying everybody out, laying them all out. Pretty sure Fatu actually got hurt.
Yeah.
Because he put Cody up on the table, up on the announce table, got up on the top rope and did a splash onto the table. Right?
But how his leg hit the table.
The way those tables, because they don't break like a normal table. Right?
Yeah.
Those are stiff pieces of whatever the fuck they're made of. Fiberglass, plastic, I don't know. Whatever the fuck they're made of, they're stiff. They just they don't break, they just collapse. Right? Well, the way he landed, his shin, it looked like his shin. It could have been his kneecap. I don't know. But hit the corner of that fucking desk. And he immediately, he tried to stand up after he did the splash and he couldn't fucking stand up. He was holding on to the barricade and he was screaming, fuck. He fucked up and he knew he fucked up.
It wasn't as bad as when Vince tore his.
Yeah, he could stand up. He needed help standing up.
Yeah, and you could tell because everybody was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" He's like, "Good, just go."
Yeah, because
guys, no more kneecap.
Was actually trying to help him up.
No more kneecap.
And he was telling Solo get him in the ring, fucking get him in the ring, go. And so Solo gets him in the ring, and he's did he hit the spike on him? I can't remember. I don't know. He was gonna start fucking Cody up.
No, Cody did something to where he knocked him out, and they were both just laying there exhausted.
So they were both down. And I think Solo was stirring. Well, then all of a sudden you hear a very familiar doom, doom. Roman Reigns' entrance music. Brother, when I tell you that is one of the biggest fucking pops I've heard in a long time.
It was marvelous.
On WWE. She screamed. She had a fucking coronary almost.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
New music too.
No, it was the same music. It sounded the same to me.
The feeling was not.
All right, calm down before I get the horny stick.
He's got a new shirt, which sold out almost instantly on WWE Network.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it says OTC, which, original tribal chief, because Solo has been calling himself the tribal chief, and he's been calling out Roman for weeks. So it was kind of anticipated that Roman was going to show up.
So everybody's just breaking up.
Well, so Roman comes out and everybody, even the commentators are playing it up. Is he going to hit Cody? Is he going to take out Solo? Because Solo's been talking shit. And who's he going to go for? Because he can go for either one of them. Because Cody is the man who beat him for the title.
That's true.
And Solo's been the one talking shit.
That's also
true. Weeks. So he comes running in, and of course, as soon as he gets in, he loads up that fucking arm, and she's already.
All right, calm down.
Of course, Solo kind of stands up, and he kind of looks like he's gonna run at Cody, but then he swerves at the last minute and just lays Solo out. The place blows up. Everybody loses their fucking mind. He's loving it. He's shaking the ropes, Ultimate Warrior style, and just going crazy.
Sorry.
Calm down.
Chris, go get the towel. We need to clean up her juice because she's just all over the floor right now, just dripping.
So, he sets up and he spears Solo. And he just kind of looks at Cody, who Cody's sitting in the corner yo, we're good, right?
We finished.
We good. And so Roman just kind of shakes it, kind of gives him a little smirk. And then he gets out of the ring and he starts walking. Well, Cody picks Solo up just to really drive it home and hits him with the crossroads. pins him 1, 2, 3. The whole time Roman's kind of looking over his shoulder. And after they count the 1, 2, 3, they kind of pan over Roman and he kind of like hangs his head, like shaking it kind of like a shit, what did I do kind of thing. Cause I mean, that's his family. And
well, his family's been trash talking him.
the
So
bloodline, the bloodline is family.
gotta get it straight.
Yeah. So they're gonna build to something there. I guarantee you it'll be Survivor Series. It'll be probably like, new bloodline, old bloodline
Yeah.
type shit.
But yeah, no.
But that was a great way to end it. That place erupted.
All of his merch, because of course because I was like, I just want.
They came out with a new belt too. They had like a belt that
Really?
had like
What does that look like?
As long as they reign.
yeah, it had like the like jewelry and shit on the belt looked the same, like the
Right, yeah.
plates. But the leather belt, like the actual belt part,
It was like
had some kind. It had like a picture of him, like on the inside of it.
This is Cody's belt?
No, Roman's belt.
Oh.
They called it the
But it's
13, 16.
the belt that Cody has. It looks
Right,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it had like a bunch of designs and it was like a special edition or whatever. That shit sold out. Yeah, and you know
Wow.
how expensive those fucking belts are.
Like $400 or $500. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and those shirts. sold
The
out
fact that all these people
immediately.
just have that money, just go spend on a belt
Is
is
crazy.
wild.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm sure they've stocked up by now, but yeah, that night they fucking.
Guess
sold
they
out
didn't know that it was gonna be so
immediately.
yeah.
So then that was the end of SummerSlam. All in all, it was a good fucking show. Like the only dud was really Nia Jax versus Bayley, in my opinion.
You
It was
loved
the
that
only one
match. You loved it.
I'll kick you in the mouth. So
So that belt is no longer because they only made 13, 16 of those.
yeah,
1,360.
because that was his reign
Yeah.
or whatever. That's
Oh, so that was gonna be-
They're all gone, so they took them off the shop. However, someone got it and
Oh, I
they're selling
guarantee you
it
there's
on
some-
eBay for $2,500.
yeah. They're gonna
Yeah.
resell them.
Yeah, of course. Because they only made so many of them.
And the stupid part is somebody's gonna buy them.
Wow.
Yeah, some idiot's gonna spend $2,500 for that. Yeah, that's like the inside of it.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. That's a sick looking belt.
I'll put pictures of that up here too. So then we go to Monday, and Monday was really just a recap and kind of continuation of everything that happened on SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And, Damian, Damian came out, cut a promo talking about Finn and how he's gonna get his hands on him and shit. Well, then Finn pops up on the Tron, and he says something about like it's not just one of us, it's all of us or some shit like that. And then the new Judgment Day, they kind of step in, and it's Liv, Dom, him,
Carly.
and JD McDonough and Carlito.
I forgot Carlito's in Judgment Day.
He's kind of been like an
Our Truth is in there. Why wasn't Our Truth in there?
Which I thought it was funny too. When was it? Was it? No. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that
Yeah,
segment too.
you
with
skipped
the-
over that.
Yeah, Jelly Roll chokeslammed Grayson Waller, or no, Austin Theory.
Mm-hmm.
That was
He hit
funny.
both of them.
He hit both of them with a chair, and he chokeslammed Austin Theory, which that choke, I know a lot of it was Austin Theory also
Yeah.
jumping,
Mhm.
but Jelly Roll still made that chokeslam look pretty believable. Like I feel like he made that look like he could actually do that shit. You know what I mean?
He probably could.
And then him, Miz, and R-Truth hit him with the 15 knuckle shuffle as they called it. But that happened at SummerSlam. I totally glossed over that segment.
Glossy.
So Damian and McDonough had a match on Monday night. Well, Finn ended up interfering. Match got thrown out.
Finn first said, he's like, I'm not going to fight you. You're not worth it yet. So you're going to fight JD.
Yeah. Which Damian was whooping the piss out of JD McDonough the whole fucking night. They're the whole match. And so Finn interfered, and then all of them started jumping on him. Even Liv was getting some fucking kicks in. Like,
Wow.
Liv was even doing shit. But I thought it was funny. Speaking of Carlito, he's a fit, like, because he's never, Damien and Rhea didn't really want him in Judgment Day. So he was just kind of like a lackey that they would kind of use every now and then. Yeah, a goon. He was gooning, you know. But the whole time that they're like beating up on Damien, when Damien finally started getting the upper hand, Carlito was on the outside of the ring, and the whole time he's just like, nah, dog, I'm good. And then like McDonough got choke slammed or something, and he just kind of hurried up. Or no, it was when Rhea comes out, because Damien was fixing to hit Dominic, and Rhea like stepped in the way, like, you're not gonna hit a woman, are you? You know. And so Damien kind of backed off. Well, then Rhea's music hit.
You said Rhea.
So
you meant Liv, right?
Yeah. So Liv was blocking Damien.
There you go. Yeah.
Then they started jumping him again, and Dom and Liv were kicking the shit out of him.
And they say I didn't pay attention in class. I didn't, but yeah.
So Dom and Liv were kicking the shit out of him while he was down, and then Rhea's music hits. She books it. Dom and Liv scoot out of the ring. Rhea gets a hold of fucking Liv.
Yeah, she's trying to jump the barricades.
Her ass around, smashes her into the turnbuckle. Dom said, "See ya, I'm out. See ya." So then McDonough was still in the ring. Finn had scurried off. McDonough was still in the ring with Damien. They were both kind of laid out or whatever. Or JD was gonna like run the ropes to hit Damien or something, and Rhea stops him and kind of tells him to turn around, she waves at him and then she headbutts him. And then when he turns around, that was when Damien choke slammed him, and the whole time Carlito's like, "I'm out, I'm good." So they scurry off, and I think it's fun just seeing Rhea and Damien, because they're good friends in real life. Like, well, I mean, they've worked together for so long.
Yeah, well, yeah, they probably are all friends.
So yeah, they really all are. But it's fun
and
seeing.
They all sleep together, so
probably.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I'm curious to see like what's going to come of that. If they're going to be like a little mixed tag faction kind of thing going on. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Then we had the debut of the Wyatt Six. The final in-ring debut of Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis.
Didn't you show me that? Was it you that showed me that? Somebody showed me that.
No. This happened Monday, like 2 nights ago.
We showed you where they just kind of like hit him real quick.
They jumped the...
Oh, okay.
They're now called... Gable's new faction with the Creed brothers is now called American Made.
Didn't one of them die?
Jazz died like 3 times. So,
but
wrestling logic. Yeah, they had an actual match.
Oh.
And
how was that?
I was pretty impressed. I thought it was really good. Dexter Lumis, he's a veteran at this point. He's been wrestling for years and years.
Decades?
He killed it. Joe Gacy, this was my first time seeing one of his matches. He's got some work to do.
There's a Gacy?
In-ring, Joe Gacy, yes. That's his name. His ring name is Joe Gacy.
Gacy?
Yes, like John Wayne Gacy.
Gacy!
He's got some work to do with his in-ring abilities, but he did well. He did good in the match, I think. And then, of course, Eric Rowan it's always fun to see him. He even did a tribute to Brody, because Brody used to always do this, yeah, kind of thing, like this little chant, whatever. He did that, and I'm not gonna lie, that kind of hit me a little bit there.
Did you start crying again?
No.
The promo before they did?
What promo?
There. With Ray?
Oh, yeah, they showed like a video package thing.
Yeah,
like
that video package.
And they showed it because Baltimore, it was like 4 years or maybe longer. Yeah, it was longer than that. However many years ago, on Monday at Baltimore was where the Wyatt family, the original Wyatt family, first debuted.
What?
Yeah, 11 years ago.
Dang.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, Monday Night Raw killed it. That was a phenomenal episode of Raw. Just all around good. Wrestling's such a fucking cool thing right now. I love it.
I know.
I fucking love it. I'm sorry. We literally just talked. I talked an hour about wrestling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you basically, you gave me the rundown. It was like I was sitting through a movie, but it was in Braille or whatever.
Yeah.
None of this actually
It
makes
was terrible.
any sense to me. So
Probably to anybody who's watching either, but you know what?
I mean, anybody that's watching probably has seen SummerSlam, and
Maybe I don't know.
you just
I don't
gave them
know.
a rundown. Maybe.
Let me know if there are any fucking wrestling fans out there. I need to know if we got any wrestling fans.
No, there aren't any wrestling fans out there. It's just you.
Just me.
Yeah, you're the
Everybody in
wrestling
the
fan.
crowd is just a carbon copy of me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all your twins.
They're all my clones. They just don't look like
I
me.
believe that the government's cloning people, man.
You can get the hat. Is that playing? I think the headphones are turned off, so I didn't hear it.
Or maybe you're just deaf.
Did you hear it?
I mean, I heard it.
No, you didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, play it again.
You want me to play it again?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Freaking deaf.
You want to talk about anything else?
I want to talk about. No, I don't. My brain's fried. All I did was learn this episode.
Tell me to shut up next time.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Because you don't want to talk about wrestling the whole hour.
Well, shut up, Chris.
I was really hoping I would get through that a lot faster than I did, but it was a lot to cover.
Was it a lot to cover?
It was a lot to cover.
I mean, what I learned today, and I'll give you my rundown of what I learned, that there's a Gacy that's a wrestler. It's not good.
His name's not really Gacy. It's his in-ring name. I don't know what his real name is.
You don't know, but it's...
Anyways, we'll catch y'all next week.
This episode is brought to you by onion rings.
I was going to say WWE, but they're not paying us. If they were, we would have a way better setup.
What? You're saying you wouldn't keep it like it is right now?
Honestly, I probably would.
Yeah.
There's something homey about it.
Yeah.
Chilling with my homies. Hope y'all have a great rest of your week, and we will see y'all next time. Bye. See you, Squishmallow.